Everyone, Laguna here. In this video, we'll talk about the artifacts of Warriors Unbound and how I think you could create some very strong and interesting pairs for rally garrison, and a few notes about open field as well. First of all, what is an artifact and how they work and blah blah blah. An artifact is one of these items that you see here. There are only in this map, Warriors Unbound. You can redeem only one artifact per season. You can do it after the Chronicle Eye for an Eye. Once you redeem one, you're stuck with it for the rest of the KVK. You cannot change. What do they do? You can see that there is a small buff, but that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is that this item is an accessory. You equip it to the secondary commander of your pair, and that secondary commander acquires the troop type of the artifact. Let me give you an example. You do a rally with Nieski first and Henry second. You pick the Lance banner, and Henry all stats skill will work for Cavs. You can only have it at one march at the time. Okay, so if you send 7 marches out, only one of your march can use this artifact because it's an actually equipment. It's an accessory. You can change it behind your marches, but I repeat, you cannot change and pick another artifact for the rest of the season. This creates more variables and interesting combos in the KVK. And here is the table with the pairs and everything. Before we start, two very big disclaimers that are written down here in the notes. These are suggestions and ideas. I'm not telling you this is 100% the best because I have yet to play this map. I am preparing this setup and this because the next week we are gonna fight in Warriors Unbound for the first time versus 1175. And so, as I always do before every war, I prepare something to set up the kingdom. But to be 100% sure, I need to test it myself. I will make a follow-up video to confirm at the end of KVK what worked, what didn't. Point number 2, I do think that artifacts are mainly made for rallies, and that's what benefit the most. But since I'm making videos and people will ask about garrison, I intended to list some pairs that use the artifact as well. Do I think these are the best garrison? No, I think that in general we will still be using a lot of Ziska era YSS, but those are mixed. They do not need the artifact, so it doesn't matter what artifact you pick, they will still work. And let's start from the rallies. I will do cavalry, archers and infantry and then go to garrison. Rally is the main thing with the artifacts. First rally, Nieski Henry. Crazy damage. You also have a decent durability to swarm, decent, because of Henry. Super strong pair. I've seen this used a lot in other Warriors Unbound with great results. Second, Henry with Tariq. I've seen it somewhere as well, and you do have also a bit of durability and very high damage with this pair. Third pair and fourth pair, I'm showing them at the same time. Attila Henry, Attila Zuj. These are anti-swarm rallies or counter rallies in different situations. If you are swarmed by a lot of people, I do think Henry second could be better because of the counter. If you're swarmed by not so many people, I think Attila Zuj could be better because of the crazy damage AoE of Zuj. I've seen this as well, they work it well. Archers, you have Henry Nieski. Now, what is better between Henry Nieski and Nieski Henry? They both work, and I believe the main difference between these is what are you attacking? Are you attacking an infantry garrison? Henry Nieski will be better. Are you attacking an archer garrison? Nieski Henry will be better because of the troop type, obviously. Second, Boudica Nieski. This might be the highest DPS rally you can have. The only thing about this is that it's very squishy, so can be swarmed quite easily. But if they don't swarm or you have an insane complete control of the field, this might work. Next, Henry Pakal. Crazy anti-swarm. Infantry. Tariq Nieski, same logic as the difference between Henry Nieski, Henry. Tariq Henry. very strong damage, high durability. Pakal Henry, same thing as Henry Pakal. And Tariq Zuj, similar idea of Attila, Zuj, Henry. These as far as the rallies. Let's now look at the garrison together. For cavalry, we have Zitska Sargon. I think this could be extremely strong in a pass, in a one-on-one. I think it could be superior to Zitska Nieski. For archers, we have Dido with Sargon and Dido with Nieski. I do think Dido with Zuj will be better, but that doesn't require an artifact, so that's why it's not there. And for infantry, we have Flavius Zuj and Flavius Nieski. I think Flavius Zuj will be really, really strong. I repeat it again, I do think we will be mostly using Zitska Era or, of course, Era YSS for flags. But for one-on-one pass with the artifacts, I think these are definitely interesting combos for garrison. Now let's talk briefly about open field with artifacts. I'm not making a table with this or that combo because I believe, first of all, it's a bit limited. You can only apply to one match at a time. If you have all the commanders, the meta is pretty much set. And if you don't, it strongly depends from your situation. And I cannot make a table with all the possible combos. So I'm just going to talk about it. What I mean by that, are you a player that was once a crazy infantry focused player with 3 legendary infantry gear and only 1 good gear for archer or calves? Then this, you can make it work. You pick the artifact of infantry and you do your Guan, Mehmed, your Scipio, Tariq, and you can do Sargon Zuj. That's really strong, really strong. And keeping a Boudica Isong for your first arch match. Calves, are you a calf crazy user with 3-4 sets? You could do Xiang, William, Nieski, Zuj, and the new commander that is gonna come with Joan, example. Or you could mix them up. Do you want something squishy but a crazy machine in terms of damage? You could do Xiang, Zuj, or the new commander and Zuj, or Isong. Play around and you can have a stronger third, fourth march thanks to the artifact if you are a specialized player. If you are an archer specialized player, I don't think you can improve the archers that much by borrowing from others. Maybe the only one I can see fitting would be Nieski, taking Nieski or Joan, but you're probably breaking up something that works really good and better as calves. So as you can see, there are variables that you can use them if you are specialized and you miss all the meta commanders, but it's not game changing when it comes to open field like it is for rallies. Now, to conclude this video, the question that everyone was asking for, because yes, okay, good information, thanks, but tomorrow the artifact unlock and I have to pick, I have to be sure about what I pick because I cannot change anymore. Laguna, what artifact do I pick? My answer is, relax. There is nothing to stress about. If you've seen this video, artifacts heavily affect only rallies, so it's not a game-changing factor for 95% of the players, okay? And even so, the suggestion for me is pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Is your gear and equipment much better for archers and you're specialized? Go with the archer artifact. Is it for infantry? Go with the infantry. Is it for calves? Go for the calves. Easy. Do you have everything maxed out or you're equal? Then I will be more tempted to go for the calves because I see it having more variable. I see it as being a little bit better now, and even more if we think about the upcoming calves coming to the game. For example, Justinian first, I see it good with Nieski, and that's calf, but squishy, swarmable. So in this mode, I will see us using probably Justinian and Henry together. That's it, guys. No stress, make your choice, and we will be good. Hope it helps, and see you soon with another video on Rise of Kingdom.